Hello everybody. Hi, it's me, the usual. Hold on, I'm gonna move my mic a sec. Ignore the noises, it's fine. But yeah, no, it's Monday. That means it's investigations night, damn it. But yeah, no, how y'all doing? Ugh. But yeah, no, it's fucking be a good time. I skipped already. I skipped through the case that I forgot to save through. Or I forgot to save, so I skipped through the case already. So we're already ready for case 2. It'll be great. It's great. Nothing wrong ever happens here. I always do it right the first time. I swear. Okay. Fade that out. Transition. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day two days ago. Oh. Oh. Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air, to be precise. Thank you for flying iFly Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. Also, what the fuck sort of airplane is this? What sort of motherfucking airplane? March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight I-390, first floor, lounge. Ugh, why do I feel like I've just woken up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13. Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though, admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. What's this? A travel wallet. It's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet end up in my pocket? Head. Oh, I want this headache go away. I'll take care of this travel wallet later. I'll hand it off to an attendant. Some earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well when I was hesitate. It was when I was still young, it was when I was still but a young child. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. What the? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. He's dead! Please, calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without the facts. Well, shit. Oops. What? No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Hey, Kodak. March 12th, 6:41 a.m. Flight I-309, 390, second floor, first class. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I'm one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Torino. Unfortunately, we've just had a minor accident on this flight. Whoops. That guy is fucking drinking. Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We are still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we're out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. Well, okay. Someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! Please, there's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. The heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer. Ha! Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say. However, I'm sure that you're the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant that you're wrong. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? I've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Tenario, is it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance? To do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask you what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense, can the professional flight attendant inside you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well. I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then. Let's get started. I know for a fact I didn't kill the man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm certain you're the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator, it was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So, if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. Are you saying the wallet? That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. Alright. Unfortunately for you, I'm certain you're the killer. I saw him from the elevator. You standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder. Let's talk about that. Hold on. Will it work? Hold it! Damn it. I'd have to turn off the... I'm not gonna blow out everyone's ears like that. The murder weapon. Dripping with blood. Really now? I swear that it was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time.
Excuse me?
You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder.
Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and am now listening to your defense, all with a smile.
Apparently, you also lie with a smile on your face.
So, about that blood, lady. I've soaked in wine.
Miss Tenario.
What is it with all the yelling all of a sudden?
Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenario, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct?
Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine.
Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you.
What?
I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is?
It's a travel wallet, right? It looks a little big and bulky.
The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenario.
What? Impossible!
Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet?
But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice.
Then...
That's right. You mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist.
No!
There. That should clear up that pesky accusation.
Wait just a sec. I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside. Please.
She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light.
No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself.
He's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenario, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me.
Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Oh. Me.
It seems that this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. That renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree?
Please, hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it now?
Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look?
Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is...
Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Abke Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you?
How dare you?
You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? Hey, Aaron.
So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me. I see.
You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye to and not suspect you of foul play? Oh wait, her face is twitching. Alright. I find it hard to believe your bun is a perfect... Yeah, right? Goddamn. Theory, hey! Welcome. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Let's talk about this. What were you up to?
You think I stole it?
Yes, I'm very sorry to say it, but I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage.
It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet.
Alright.
I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I've never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight.
But that is more than enough of a reason.
How do you figure?
He was sitting in first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. Let's talk about it.
You think I was after his money? Where did that cockamamie idea come from?
True, you're also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you and those deeply edged lines on your forehead.
They're not lines, they're perfectly normal and part of my natural face.
I don't think I've ever met someone with such terrible countenance on a flight before. And that's when it hit me. You have the face of someone with money trouble.
She really is making a fool of herself pursuing this line of logic. I should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony.
Yeah, I guess I should probably look at things, huh? We got the prosecutor's badge, we got the travel wallet. We got... Okay. Check it. Okay. Eat. Oh, wait. That's gotta be the murder weapon. But that's not a... We're just gonna go through everything real quick. Because inside there was no money. But, I mean, I could have just easily taken that out. Why does this plane have an elevator? Good fucking question. Big ass plane! Okay. Not the murder weapon, however, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you've done the vile deed. Motive was very simple. Out to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? I mean, if I present the wallet... It had nothing in it.
I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Tenario.
What is it now?
Miss Tenario, I wonder if you'd noticed the contradiction within your own testimony.
What are you talking about?
Simply put, as you saw with your own eyes, the only thing inside Mr. Hicks's wallet was his passport. If I really was after his money, then why would I steal a penniless travel wallet?
But that's right, you... Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't know it was empty when you stole it.
You would like to think that, but that's not possible.
What do you mean it's not possible?
There's no way the killer didn't know that that wallet was empty to begin with.
Oh, and what makes you so sure? The killer knew the wallet had to be empty from the get-go. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was... floor was covered with money.
If you recall the crime scene, I admit that the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn about the inside of the elevator.
Oh no!
I think you've come to realize the problem with your logic. I would surmise that the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle, and that when its contents emptied onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence.
Then you're saying...
Yes. According to your supposition, if I were the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to gather the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid.
I... Forgive me. Please!
Hey, what the heck?
Are you saying the attendant's wrong?
That guy isn't the killer.
Yeah, don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick.
Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenario,
Yes?
you lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yo, what the fuck?
What is it now?
Hello, sir.
Miss Tenario, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged.
Sounds like Virginian, but I didn't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who...
I said that he's giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English as well, see? You, the attendant.
Yes, sir?
I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport.
I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for?
What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you.
Please, I'd like to hear why you'd like me to be held under arrest until we land.
You! How dare you try and waste my time?
You're the one who stuck your nose into my affairs.
I want to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know who you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English.
Well, I'd hope that I don't dissolve in water, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
I'm Zinc LeBlanc too. I'm a very wealthy man in the Virginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty.
Mr. LeBlanc, what did you mean just now?
Pardon?
When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout?
I have to explain. Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say.
Yes, and yet you continue to blather on.
I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go into the elevator, going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock.
See ya, Theory. And what's the significance of that time?
At 6, as he says. But wait, you saw him at 6?
What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
He understands, see? Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body?
It was a little after the patch of turbulence, so I'd say around 6:15. Oh.
Hicks was his name, wasn't it? Then I say that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was his prosecutor, yes?
Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time.
Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice.
I was still eating. I haven't finished, see?
The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose? No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right?
I have no way of just discounting what you've put forth at this point, but it wasn't me.
Oh, so you say. But do you have, what you say, the evidence?
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all?
Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain what you saw, enough to give testimony.
Of course! I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing that annoying little, small, machine the whole time.
Machine?
Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? It was making me crazy with the click, click, click.
From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer.
I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself.
A simple cell phone. A laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget.
I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw.
Miss Tenario,
Yes?
I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine this crime scene.
What? You want to examine the crime scene?
If you grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Yes, I think that's how you say it in English.
It's Fox guarding the henhouse, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all remaining doubts. Miss Tenario, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then.
I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say.
This should not be approved.
Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back.
You are not planning to erase evidence when you're doing your investigation, yes?
Of course not.
We will see.
Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene.
What? Unbelievable!
I am in your debt, Miss Tenario.
However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that?
Of course. I see no problem with that stipulation. It is only natural, as I am still a suspect in this case.
I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button.
It's time to head to the scene of the crime. The first floor lounge.
Oh, I can run. Neat.
March 12th, 7:26 a.m., flight 390, first floor lounge. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenario.
It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed.
I see. I will bear that in mind.
I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation when we feel you're not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time.
So, my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board?
I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, he made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes and first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all.
Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure.
Thank you, Katie Duck. I appreciate it. First class.
And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Alright. Now then, let's get started.
But where should we start from?
Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means the killer was around somewhere.
Home field advantage? Yeah. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this game, so. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes.
The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. What floors does this elevator service?
Only the first and second, although it can go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard.
So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Alright, let's take a look at that.
What is this sinister-looking figure on the floor here?
Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Mr. iFly. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell at our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and so popular that we're down to our last one.
You have an in-flight shop?
Yes, it is just beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered.
There's blood on here. This has been the murder weapon.
How you think?
Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks's wallet at some point.
Alright, what's this thing? More money, okay.
I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight.
So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead?
Yes. He's trembling, although I can't fault her for that when there's a corpse right here.
Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, then please answer yes.
I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks's head. Could this be the cause of death? He appears to have been struck very hard.
Wow, I wonder what hit his head.
Even his glasses are broken.
See you, Avery. Alright. It's time to use that logic. Alright. Let's see. Plus blunt force trauma? Yeah, baby!
A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out.
Yes? What is it?
The way the blood is on this looks like it matches up with the wound on his head.
Well, aren't we deserving the master of the obvious title?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's worth investigating?
It would appear that this figurine is our murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it! I mean, I can't think of any other connection.
Perhaps a master of the oblivious would be more befitting.
Cool. Okay. Broken during his murder. Alright. After being killed in the ice rink? Yeah, of course. Of course this plane has an ice rink. Why wouldn't it? Anything?
There's nothing unusual about this area.
Huh. Okay. Let's take more looks around.
There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence.
Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt.
Aha!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I've found some very important evidence.
Oh. What is the important piece of evidence? Could it be the footprint?
Take that!
What is it?
They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints.
So, you think?
Yes, these belong to our killer.
Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class.
I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match.
Oh, I see. Loving the different voices? Thank you. Okay, so it goes beyond this gate. The in-flight shop is just behind these shutters. But we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed.
There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Glasses and candles thrown to disarray by the turbulence. Been a while.
Been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. I frantically started searching for a gas valve to shut off.
I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it.
Yeah, right. Why is Dr. Eggman guarding the elevator?
What or who is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of iFly Airlines, Mr. Hugo iFly. The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the other of him is when he was in his 80s.
The man actually aged in the span of 4 decades. Maybe I need to squint more.
He doesn't age. He's a vampire. There are vampires in this case now.
This toppled over chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence.
No! Look at all that grape juice staying in the back. And I look at, but this chair was extremely valuable.
It was.
Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. Rocker Pals' leader sat at this very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals?
I can't believe you never heard of them. They're all the rage. Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens.
Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get.
This grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music whatever CD we insert into its CD drive.
That's not a piano, it's more of like an overgrown music box.
Ah, but its keys to press along with the music as though it were really someone playing it.
Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys.
Watch those wrist rockets!
Anubis, thank you. 11 months, fuck yeah.
These counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds tell me nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth? You look like you're talking to the clouds.
Is that so? Then tell me what you suppose I said to them.
I don't know, but it looks like rather one-sided conversation.
The clouds, they tell me nothing. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area.
Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you.
I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name.
Alright, let's talk scenario. Let's... Right, partner button. Are you in need of assistance? Let's talk.
Mr. Nario, I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge.
As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around.
You could pass a message along, tell him I'm grateful for the spirit of cooperation.
I will. However, please realize that you're still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you.
Of course, and I take no offense.
Do you really understand what I'm saying?
Yes, verily.
You pinky swear you do? On your honor as a professional prosecutor?
I pinky swear, I do. On my honor as a professional prosecutor.
I guess that settles that.
I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing.
No, fuck you. Pinky swears? Fucking that's a stronger than a blood pact, damn it.
Did you notice anything?
I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator.
I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they're a vital clue to solving this case.
Oh, maybe there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together.
A word of advice. Nobody likes a credit thief, so stop stealing my lines. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Mr. Nario.
Yes, I can't help but notice this head atmosphere in here.
Yes. It is a rather tragic crime.
I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death, talking about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands.
And I promise as a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. I should go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving this case lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence.
Yeah, right, alright, you fucking logic boy.
Alright.
I mean, yeah, that... Bam. I guess, yeah, that... Wait, no? But the footprints, okay. Did I miss a detail?
A pity that a bronze statue knows not when a good drink has been spilt at its feet.
This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Hugo Eyefly, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled to know that if he knew that so much grape juice were here at his feet.
That's a hint of hero worshipping, I detect.
You know what, actually, we can actually, let's see if we can't present a couple things to her, shall we? Talk about this. Even if you show that to me, I still cannot allow you free reign. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I still have my doubts about you.
Guilty until proven innocent, I see.
Yeah, alright, alright. Present badge. Ah, Christ.
There are a few copies of Sky Magazine, the magazine rack.
This month's special is an English trivia quiz.
That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle.
Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle?
Case in point.
Oh wait, the attendant room. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. But please understand that it is off limits to unauthorized personnel.
This room is giving off the scent of a woman's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great. However, to me it simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies beyond this door.
Perhaps you should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. I was just wondering what it would smell like if it was wearing, you know, Phoenix's cologne. I miss that smell.
Okay, we already read that. Maybe I just need to toss some stuff together. Alright, who's the killer? Okay. I mean, maybe this? Is it in front of the elevator? We'll see. Nope. Okay. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, obvious. Huh? Nope. Fucker. My towels after they come out of my home dryer.
I would have never expected something like that by looking at you. Everyone has something unpleasant about them.
Alright, maybe I missed something.
I wonder what this is.
Oh, whoops, I'd never checked his lanyard.
Something's missing from this picture. Now, if I could just put my finger on it.
Do I need the card down here?
There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope he won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. Looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere.
Oh, wait, hold on. The deduce button. Wait, no, go back. Go back. Deduce that shit, bro. Because what should have been around there is, if you saw the picture, it should be his passport.
Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found.
His machine?
His cell phone, Miss Tenario.
So I guess because it's not here...
Yes, I think we can safely deduce that the killer took it.
Oh, wait. Oh, it was a cell phone. It was just also red, like his passport. Okay. Whatever. Point is, something was missing. Take a look. Yeah, we're not very far in the case at all. He has a lot of juice on his head? Yeah, totally. Totally juice. Huh. Okay. Ketchup packet burst on his head? Yeah. It's just ketchup, it's fine. Okay, we have nothing new there. Let's talk to you again. Let's present the phone, perhaps? And the picture. We'll just... Nope, okay. Alright, lady. Whatever. Don't have the phone. The killer's footprints go this way. Obvious I missed something. I don't exactly know what. Yeah, okay, he's really dead. Alright. I just want to check the body again. His glasses are broken. And what the hell is this? Doesn't tell me. It just looks different than everything else. Let's take another look at the logic. Bucket. Alright, open up your big brain, Edgeworth. Move some things around with me. Because I want to make it just a little more comfortable for me. Okay. I'm not really sure that this... I mean... Did I already do spilled grape juice and where was the killer? Did I already do that? I'm pretty certain. Yeah, I already did that. I'm certain I already connected those. What in the shit? Wasn't any other like part of the scene that I need to look at, right? Right? Alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna start trying logic. Screw it. Did I actually do this? I must have. Okay. Maybe it was killer in the elevator? Maybe it's got something to do with it. Oh, okay. Not what I really expected, but alright.
True, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story.
Oh, okay. And then the broken... No. Well... Maybe? Or wait, in front of the elevator. Yeah, it's right, it's never like a parking ticket or anything. It's always murder.
I have it!
Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder.
What? Really?
Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact. Is that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person.
But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself?
Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless.
Which means...
Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator.
Okay. Cool. I was jumping ahead of the gun.
What's going on over there?
Unforgivable! This is unforgivable! You understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as the plane arrived late.
But the movie...
What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time.
What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? There's no emergency. Please return to your seat, sir.
Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet?
If you like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What nonsense. Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken?
Not mistaken, merely that there is room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail, once more.
Fine. Suit yourself. I am certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator. It was one of the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me.
So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come see. Hurry! Do I look like a man who's having the time to wait for you?
Why is he so irritated? I'm the one of being accused of murder here. Anyway, if I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast.
No, my hair is better than that. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Alright. Needles on my pocket watch pointing to... I'll fight you, Rushdell. I can't believe you. How dare you? Alright. Oh, now I gotta fight a few people, don't I? How much of the time must be the criminal? Curl my hair. I mean, my hair's curly and wavy. It's just... It doesn't do that shit, where it forms into one thing, you know? Fuck that. Okay, I want to see if... Please work. Hold it! Damn it. Alright. I'd have to... if I wanted that to work, I'd have to turn off my, my equalizer and compressor. So...
That is the most mistaken way of hurting I've ever... that is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. No, no, no! Your silly opinion is what's mistaken.
Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you're both mistaken.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. He certainly has a lot of evidence in his testimony. If push comes to shove, I may need to press him for more information.
Alright. Damn it, I'm doing it. I'm just gonna turn it down a tad. Hold on. Let me know if this sucks, alright? Hold it! Yeah, no, it'd have to be way up here. Or if I just... What if I... Hold it! Nope. The problem is, I have to have it loud enough to where the game will, you know, where the software will take it. But the problem is the software is really insensitive. And I don't want to just blow everyone's ears out every time. Plus, I also have roommates, so...
Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Of course, I saw what was inside. And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside that was Mr. Hicks's man. This last outburst is a bit too important to let go.
Talk about that.
Was he really alone? Of course, I'll bet even 1 cent. A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent.
So about that, Mr. Bitch-ass motherfucker.
Mr. LeBlanc. What is it? There's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. What do you mean? Please, take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There's the spilled grape juice. Yes, and? Will you admit you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. The footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It is evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Can you please translate for us? No way, that's totally impossible. I guess is what he said.
No way, that's totally impossible. I know there is no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes.
You want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us.
I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me?
He looks like he's about to shit himself. Hey, Summer.
I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man in my eyes when he passed me. And I saw very clearly in the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one.
Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down.
What? Dare you two have an issue with my eyewitness testimony?
No, not at all. Please forget I said anything.
Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying. Can't let this testimony stand as the truth. Alright.
Very upset when Hicks passed by your seat. Always checking the time over and over. Actually, let's talk about the time.
Why were you so attentive to the time?
Because something unforgivable was happening.
Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. Blah, 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 blah.
I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time and money. You understand the point.
Movie. Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot at the start time. Interesting.
Yeah, it starts at 6.
They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. I check my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie is still late. Very, very late.
Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a bit more about it, if that's all right.
Let's talk about that pocket watch, buddy.
So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine?
Yes. I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder.
Miss Tenario, was this movie shown on this flight?
Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time.
Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident?
Nonsense. You doubt me?
No. Now stop pointing at me like that. What? How did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see?
I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That much I know for sure.
Okay.
You're sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes, of course. I'm a very busy man, and I am immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go, and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch.
I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made.
Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me.
That's all right. All I require is this piece of testimony.
Set to the destination time. Always set in the corner of the plane. Hold on. Let's take a look at this again. Heck. Correspond to our departure time zone. There we are.
Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony.
I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board.
Now, if your watch has been set to the destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination.
Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents.
I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, this movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenario, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is the flight aligned to right now?
Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point.
That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Zhangfa.
But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we're still running on Borginian time.
What?
The time difference between Borgini and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule.
What?
Wait. Sorry, I just saw his, like... I saw his entire... It's just the fact that, like, his skull was trying to leave his face. It caught me off guard.
Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1 million cents on that. In light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m.
My 1 million cents!
This should clear up all of the remaining accusations.
This basically widens the time frame to the death, right?
Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim earlier, the elevator, at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m.
I think the other lady's sleeping.
The question is, now, where was Mr. Hicks during the span of the time, and what was he doing?
I have something to say.
And you are?
Yeah, oh, I'm Cammy Meal. I'm a flight attendant.
And what is it you wish to say?
Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know.
What? How can you be so sure of the time?
Oh, that's right. He pushed his call button when we were parked at the transfer point.
Ah, the stop we made for the refueling and cargo transfer in Zhangfa, correct?
Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks.
And during that time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board the flight?
No, not a single person got off in or on in Zhangfa.
What about the flight crew?
A few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane.
So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. I should keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Ackby Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m.
Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhangfa.
Ah. You were here for the whole time from 5, yes? And you were the only one who could be the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards?
Unfortunately, yes.
But then how do we explain the footprints?
Is that not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in his lounge, waited to kill him. Then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyes witness testimony may have been mistaken. But what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter, because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge.
Everything happened in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
Huh? Do you have another idea?
He just looks like he's trying to not just absolutely shit himself. It is horrendous. The amount of shit he's holding back. Look at him. Look at him. He's sweating from all the shit he's holding back. Oh my god.
I simply feel there's something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that can tie this crime to the location other than this lounge?
I have any more specific notes here? Ooh. Other than this lounge. Oh, the cell phone. Maybe?
I don't need to hear your wild desperation stories. Grasping for weeds, I think is how you say it, yes?
I didn't mean to pull that piece out. It was a simple slip of the hand, I assure you.
Whoops. Oops. Accident. Other than this lounge. Because he's blaming me that I drug him into the elevator. So the elevator, saying that, oh, he died in the elevator. Oh, wait. Maybe?
The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it taken from the shop first before coming here. Doesn't prove that you're innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man?
If I may.
What is it?
You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says.
Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right.
You were in the shop just before the turbulence?
Yes, I was.
Come to think of it. Mr. Nario, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's the flight attendant's room.
Then you were on the first floor.
Yes. I had to do something at the shop in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then went to the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky Magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway.
Oh wait. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go into the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about this until now is what I want to know.
In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well.
Shall we head over there then?
What is it now?
Are you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I've already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're all right. Huh. That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Tenario?
I mean, she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet here you are.
You, flight attendant. What are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us?
The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way.
Miss Tenario, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on.
There's something about Miss Tenario that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority.
Cool, bye. Wow, it's open.
March 12th, 8:32 a.m., Flight I-390, first floor, in-flight shop. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here.
You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then.
Hold on. You can't clean up a potential crime scene.
Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much.
I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There's a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit.
Humans possible? No, I think she might just... Listen, like me, because while I'm on the job, my eyes are also absolutely soulless, no matter how much they pay me. Because that job will suck the life right out of you. So I understand.
The glass from this display case door is shattered and all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. This is a mini captain's hat.
The bear's the demon, she's a puppet.
There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're lined up just in such a manner as to scream "Buy me" to any passers-by. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale.
Sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when there's nothing going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one?
I sense that this shop is only one shopper away from being sued.
Okay, good. So we're gonna sue them. I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever.
So, what do you think about what has happened here regarding this case?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I think you're the killer, though, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can assure you that I'm here in the shop to prove just the opposite.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. Yeah, but it was me that got you the permission to look around, you know. So don't forget that, okay? Right, God damn it. Chat. For 2 seconds.
How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep?
Well, you know what would really show your thanks? You saw that item for sale over there.
Sorry, but you're going to have to make do with my words of appreciation.
Alright. Oh. Never mind. Let's do the logic then. Any captain's hat. Yeah, we've seen this before. Should be on Mr. iFly, right? Why? Chat, what the fuck?
That probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it?
Really?
Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in the shop.
Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So, come on, how should I know anything?
I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed. Okay.
Open glasses. Oh. Display case.
Has a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases.
You know what I'd suggest?
Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip.
Okay then, how about you buy something for me? As a present.
I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything.
I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time.
Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Look,
Glass on the store is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank. It's a bit odd that inside the glass case is so devoid of glass shards. The glass broke rather cleanly.
ah!
What is it?
I touched the glass and cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth. It hurts.
Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own.
Alright. Let's deduce. That's where the piggy bank should be. Should have been. Eureka! Present Piggly Bank.
There's something definitely very unusual about this.
About what?
If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Mr. Eyefly bank, there should be some shards of glass inside the case itself.
Oh, I see. I guess it'd be like that.
However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case,
Oh, no, there isn't.
which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor.
I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time, too.
Huh? That's nice.
Which leads me to believe that the killer took this Mr. Ifley from here after the turbulence.
I don't know if I need to call it Mr. Ifley or Mr. Eyefly. I think Mr. Ifley. I like Ifley more.
Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Mail. And listen when I'm talking.
Huh?
But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules the piggy bank out as a murder weapon.
You mean this bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake?
Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility.
But then what if the killer went to take Mr. Ifley? He broke the glass by accident.
The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but there's one person who could have.
Oh, and who would that be?
Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. But Eyefly highlights the pun. But I mean, the name Ifley is just Eyefly mashed together.
Miss Rhoda Tyrannia, hmm?
Okay. Let's look at our logic. Maybe they could have been broken during the turbulence, right? No, okay. If the airport owner is called Mr. Eyefly, you will hurt more. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, ask you about whatever. Ask about the shop. I cut my finger on those bad pieces of glass.
Don't blame the glass for something you did to yourself. Just be more careful.
Same to you. You're the one walking all over broken glass. You sure you're okay?
I'm fine. Any glass I walk on, I crush. Like this.
That's nice. Please be careful around the display case, okay? Wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Compared to the glass around my feet, the inside of the case is nothing to be afraid of. After all, no glass fragments appear to have ended up inside.
I guess even you can tidy up the case, right?
Perish the thought.
Okay. Yeah, if anything, my hair's more like this, but it just sort of ends at, like, just... Well, actually, it's tied up, so I can't measure right now without pulling it down. But, it's, like, right at the shoulder. Not, like, it goes past the shoulder, just a little bit. Her smile completes you. Oh, geez, someone's got a crush. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Chat's crushing on people. Ah, fuck. I can't believe it. Actually, let's present Mr. Ifley. Miss Rhoda said this piggy bank was in the shop, right? Don't you find her a tiny bit suspicious?
I don't think I can say either way yet. There's not enough evidence to convince me that she was lying around anything back there.
Are you sure about that? Alright.
Beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're getting pollen all over.
Oh, excuse me.
Damn straight you go straight for her? God damn. I guess I can probably walk around outside of here, right? I cannot. Edgeworth has decided I cannot leave. Alright, I already checked it, but it never hurts taking a look. So that means we've pretty much done everything here.
Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed here so haphazardly.
Oh yeah, this is the first playthrough. So no spoilers. Did my backseat tag get eaten up by Twitch? I believe it did. Ah, shit. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You want one too? Great for when you're stressed.
Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that?
Well, she probably just sleeps. There's also a first playthrough tag? Okay, maybe I'll pop that up on my next one. For now, though, whatever. I'm not too concerned. Alright.
Yeah, let's present more things to her.
Munchies and ate the Nightbot command? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, let's talk about your testimony. So, what is that? Are you gonna give it to me? Oh, but I'm not supposed to accept any presents. Unless they're really worth something. You seen the phone around anywhere? So, okay, nope. You scared of this person? What? Why? Do it to you? It's a body. It's notes about a body. I'm not... No, you're not allowed to... Alright, whatever. She is a flight attendant, yes.
What are these?
Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it.
Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then buy.
No way, but either way, it really doesn't matter.
True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane?
Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Mr. Ifley heads painted on there. Good company mascot, isn't he? They painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's just about to jump out at you?
It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach.
Huh? I guess there's no fooling your fine tastes. It looks like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but... you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never try to make me give you a sales pitch ever again, okay?
But I never showed any interest in it to begin with.
It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? The suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda.
Miss Tenario designed this.
Yeah. It was a company-wide contest.
Well, it does have a very sharp design sense.
Huh. Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so... bleh.
Miss Tenario designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. Ah!
You okay?
I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Mew. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation.
Interesting. Here, I'll put it back. Okay. We've got... The suitcase has probably fucked up the shop. To an extent.
Yes, there's definitely something wrong here.
Huh? What's with the sudden yelling?
Tell me, Miss Mew, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases?
Oh, well, sure. Totally oozed strange, like the color and such.
That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention.
You're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper.
They look a bit upright, a bit uptight, don't they? I guess they take after their creator.
Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Mew. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind. I'd sooner find the answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous.
I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she heard what you just said. What's wrong?
She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. It's this. I've said something that's not quite right. What's so unusual about the suitcase?
It's supposed to be chalked. It's got no thing.
There's something very peculiar about these wheels.
Huh? As in,
there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think the turbulence would have sent it flying.
and?
And so it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we?
Yeah, baby, suitcase! Suitcase! Oh, God.
A $1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say. appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood.
Ah, it's blood.
It appears that the suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all.
Nice.
So, explain this to me. What does the suitcase have to do with the murder?
I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps.
Aren't you just talking about the cloth then?
That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is
Probably the body. Because, oh yeah, it's totally the body. Remember, by the footprints. Here, I just want to show, like, I just want to show my thoughts here. Because you see the footprints. Look at these wheel marks just below the footprints. They're... Yeah! 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 Okay, didn't take it.
something inside that would fit. Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it?
But...
In light of this, I'd say Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location.
Mr. Ifley is a slow Loris, by the way. Neat. Thanks for the fun fact. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly. What is it?
Nothing. Just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, I fucking figured it was you. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. The captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap up here and return to your seat.
I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course.
If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, are you? Are you? I think you're the killer. Sounds like fun. We can camp out here and watch over everything together.
I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tenario, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light.
Hell yeah, save. I'm almost out of water. I'm gonna grab more water real quick. Oh god, wait a second. That's salmonella back there. That motherfucker. That son of a bitch. That motherfucker. There he is. There he fucking is. It's Sal motherfucking... It's Salmonella. There he is. I can't... Oh. Who the fuck is he? He's from the Steel Samurai case from the first game, and I hate him. I hate him. Oh. He was the writer of Steel Samurai.
I made him sound like this.
Because he's a fucking weird-ass nerd that creeps on people. But I need to get more water. And he speaks in Elite, like a fucking asshole. I need more water, though. I'll be right back. You get a look at Sal. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere. Didn't do anything while I was gone, did you? Anyway, I also got a soda because I need a little bit of caffeine because I had a 1-day weekend. So, you know. Little tired. But granted, 1-day weekend, but hey, Top, thank you for the raid. But I did get a raise, effective immediately. So that was neat. I got that today. So, I mean, give and take, right? Yeah, I got a raise and I'm supposed to get one later in the year if I'm still employed there. If I haven't gotten a different job, we'll see. That raise will be happening later. But it was a $2 raise, which is neat. It's real good. So, like, hell yeah. Tit knuckles. Yeah, no. The job is starting to be a little worth it. We'll see. God, that was disgusting. Oh, I felt some of my soul leave. But I need to sell tit knuckles. You ever want to knock a motherfucker out with your tits? Just your big tits. And you just want to knock a fucker out? Yeah, that's right. That's why we've made the equivalent of brass knuckles for your tits. Now you can really just beat the fuck out of a dude. Straight from the tit. Ba-ba! Beat him up with the tit knuckles. Buy him now. Fuck, I hate this. I hate everything. We're moving on. We're going. We're going. We're going. I know that once we had landed... Come on. What are you doing? I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenario and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Mrs. Tenario in private. So I'm left wondering what she was up to.
Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation.
Who the fuck?
Wait!
I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah!
Knew it! I heard the theme.
Francisca, I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I'm needed. And wherever there are to be criminals to be caught.
Her name is Francisca von Karma. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you were.
Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest.
What?
It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day. Then a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
Wait, it has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim.
Leave for a shower? That's so? Sorry, no, I just saw, I saw Von Karma walking onto the screen. And I just saw chat immediately. Immediately. Just get a mixture of horny and excited. Yeah, Miles is totally the first Von Karma to be a criminal. No other Von Karma has ever done wrong. Never. Portable version of the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. Have you ever just wanted to see a really weird travesty? One that killed some people with molasses? But you wanted it a tiny little thing? That's why we're selling this, little cube of just hardened molasses. And inside of it is the molasses flood of 1919 reenacted with a taxidermied little ants. Yeah. A misunderstanding. I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death.
Francesca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man?
I suppose I should reserve my judgment until I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. Alright, hey chat. Chat, I'm gonna give you something you want. Alright? You ready? Chat, are you ready? Okay, and that's all you get. There's your screen of Von Karma. Stream ends. That would have been a funny way to end stream.
That's as it should be.
Who did my scene transitions? I did. I made those. I made these. Sombrero helped me figure some stuff out. I asked him for a couple pointers, but I made... Screen of Von Karma and Salmonella in the background. Yeah. You get a little bit of Sal in there, too. It's great. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you, of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for.
Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together?
I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Oh. No, his name is Sal Manella. It's just, he's also that gross. Don't you dare leave town.
Trust me, I had no intention to.
Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir! Yeah, it's our boy! Too slow! Ow! Listen up, I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up. Understand?
Mr. Edgeworth? I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Ah, yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me.
Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. RV clear. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you.
Best episode ever with 3 great people. Man, I was hoping that I was gonna have like the whole like brother-sister trying to figure out the crime scene together, because, you know, that'd be neat. Miles and Francisca working together. But at least we have Gumshoe.
So, how's the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there'd been a murder or something. And had come in advance to await your flight's arrival. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all this.
Waiting to see you. Yeah, Miles and Francisca, they're not biological brother and sister, but Miles was raised by Von Karma after Von Karma murdered Miles' dad, by the way. No one knew though, so he raised Miles with his daughter Francisca from about when Miles was 9. They're foster siblings, yeah.
Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details. It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it. Even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective.
Von Karma took the extra mile for his crime. Well, he's locked up. So... Oh, wait! I see what... God damn it. God fucking damn it.
Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh.
At least we have Gumshoe's theme.
Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. In Soviet Russia, world flags lunchboxes eat Jew. Mr. Edgeworth, we gotta get him some water. Found it. Lol. I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000. Lol. For my next elite movie, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Tokyo, versus the World Samurai, Champion of the Earth. It's gonna be rockstars, so many boxers. Good timing, and it was good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth? But the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me as usual.
Name him. But Edgeworth loves the Steel Samurai, so like if no more Steel Samurai is coming out...
This man was in first class with me. He seems quite shaken by the whole affair. I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir.
I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's now my most prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane?
Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's got nothing to do with the murder, at least.
Alright. Yeah, you can like the creation, but not the creator.
Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops.
Oh, I've always wanted to give that steak lunch a try. What should I go with?
I recommend our airport special, World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags.
If you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one?
Is that okay, sir? Thanks. Alright, I'm really gonna go get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star Spangled Banner lunchbox, please.
I hope he's aware that's the most expensive one on the menu.
What's this kid doing? Who's this kid?
This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes.
I'm all excited to see this many planes, too. Just look at the size of these things.
You like planes too, mister? The balance between the main wings and the tail wings is really something, huh?
Ha! Seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect.
Oh, but I've also got a thing for the shape of the wings, too.
Here, mister, you can stand next to me. So by that plane's wing...
Thank you, Detective, for leaving me out of this conversation.
Okay, you know what? Alright. Gumshoe's a massive sweetheart. I fucking love Gumshoe, cause he's just the biggest fucking sweetheart. We stand Gumshoe here.
March 12th, 1:37 p.m., flight I-390, second floor, first class.
So you must be the captain.
Why, yes I am, and you might be.
I'm the prodigy prosecutor, Francisca von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain being much of a reputable person.
Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip.
Does he count as a himbo? Big, strong, kind? Yeah.
Ah!
I do love how... I do love how, Gumshoe did recoil at the sound of the whip, though. Oh, buddy. Boulder Zombie's done? Oh, you should totally post it in the Discord. I'd love to see it.
Now see here. Sorry, I'm sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It's impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Oh, it's you. Tell this man to stop stopping you from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case. So please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Miss Von Karma. Why would you do this to me, Francisca?
Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir.
Plus, the body's been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy.
Alright, let's go talk to Francisca.
This was the victim's seat.
His jacket's just lying there, and his spilled leftover coffee's still there, too.
I don't suppose anyone ever expects to die.
Can I not talk to... There we go.
Francisca, I'd like to ask you about the investigation.
Miles Edgeworth, can't you see that I'm in the middle of taking a statement? This man's the only captain in title, so I'm going to teach him to do his job properly.
Oh, okay, from now on I'll keep my focus and take my responsibility seriously. He's really trembling there. Makes him take his job seriously, it's not such a bad thing, is it? Why are you looking at me like that, sir? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, this urn's got a seatbelt strapped tightly around it. It must be of great value to LeBlanc, then. Yeah, I guess if you don't want to churn your urn, then it's always best to buckle up. Obviously. Did that have anything to do with the case, Detective? Nobody gets my jokes. I may have a word with you, Miss Meal.
No, you may not have a word with me. I don't want to talk to any other man except for the captain right now.
Me too, Cammy. I'll never talk to another woman. Ah!
Definitely looks like a job for Francisca.
Alright.
They've got a piano on this plane? Hey, you think I can try it out, sir?
I think you'd know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, Detective. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play.
Of course I do. I'm practically proficient.
Interesting. The things you learn about people on a daily basis.
I can get dough and Ray to come out just right, sir.
2 notes does not a proficient pianist make, Detective.
It's good enough. Gumshoe's doing so good.
Did you finish taking a statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir. I'm not concerned if you're done examining cargo hold. I want my cargo back. Make a single scratch in my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts.
Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Sir LeBlanc's hat kind of looks like that other piece of cloth.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Huh? Oh, it's a Bojinian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose?
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more.
Right? It is such an eyesore. What are these splotches all over his vest? Like, his vest looks like vomit. And it's like this... It's like this yellow, but with, like, magenta? You think, yeah, flowers, I guess. Like, I wouldn't call that purple. I'd almost call that magenta or hot pink. He looks like a Pez dispenser.
Then this cargo you were talking about earlier.
No. My cargo this time is many gigantic. You detective, when can I have my cargo moved?
You can get your cargo back when you're done investigating, pal.
Stopping this if you police was no good. It's all that good. It's that no good. Wait, it's no good that attendant refuses to enter the attendance room, too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenario. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
You're taking the attendance room for an interview. Well, they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tenario's interview the only one that's taking up so much time?
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenario. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room?
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in this very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. He hasn't called me fool yet.
The likeliest suspect, Francesca.
You have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, or I'll prove my innocence soon enough. Want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break your line of logic. Fast.
Alright.
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey, you say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. Ow!
I won't even allow 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. So, tell me, Francesca, do you know all there is to know about the scene of the crime?
I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you.
And nothing more.
You saying there's more I need to know?
Ah! Well, why'd you whip me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy, my hand must have slipped.
It appears that Francesca doesn't have all the facts of this case yet. Alright. What do you mean by scene?
Please stop pretending you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that, called until the body was found.
Well, it's true I was in the lounge the whole time. That fact alone does not make me the criminal.
We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time.
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did. Miss Von Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow!
Quiet, Scruffy. Even if we've ever related by blood, that is no guarantee that he's not a criminal.
Francesca.
I demand to see some proof that you're not the guilty party.
The likely suspect, A roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time.
Whoops. Okay, let's present that cloth. Because it was discovered in the shop. So, take that?
It would seem that your logic is not as perfect as you think it is.
And what is that supposed to mean?
This piece of evidence should show you exactly what I mean.
Oh, yes. It clearly shows what you're thinking. That you're attempting to buy yourself time.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have tried to pull a fast one.
Okay. I can't switch to profiles. Alright. Oh, here in the very lounge. Okay, here we go. So we found this in the shop. So perhaps...
Francesca, I believe your testimony just now conflicts with this piece of evidence.
And I believe that when you use the phrase I believe, you are anything but certain. Which means that showing me this piece of evidence is just a way to waste time.
Ah! She even managed to whip the evidence at the same time. Ow! Why'd you whip me too, sir?
One more victim besides myself in the evidence.
Shit, she's just on a warpath. I'm gonna... Sorry, I'm stretching a little bit. I've been standing the entire time, but I've been standing very still. Alright. Berry Lounge where the body was discovered. Was I maybe supposed to show the suitcase? I'm unsure. What can it hurt? Right?
Objection!
There we are. Okay. Right track, wrong piece.
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Now, who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me.
All you did was find this cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way.
Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
As if there is proof of that.
Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around?
God, alright, sorry, I just want to listen to the theme a little bit, because it's such a good theme. Okay.
Take that!
Spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. There's the evidence.
Yeah, okay. Fucking...
Take that!
This mark here. Wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator, the victim's bodies were stuffed in the suitcase. The plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you'd taken it from. You pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. How strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop.
Okay. I think we already have the thing to present here. Do we have the, Oh, we don't. Yeah, out of its display case after the turbulence. Yeah. There we are. Already got it.
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in the courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
Fake.
This Mr. Ivley piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You there!
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
Hey! If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I'd think the weapon would be hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
There's one more possibility.
And that would be...
That the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we just...
Let me finish. The killer took the bank from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time the glass pane the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Francesca, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well. Permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
This Tenario is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Yeah, brother-sister team!
March 12th, 2:23 p.m., flight I-390, first floor, flight attendant's room.
So, you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Miss Tenario,
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too.
can you please help us shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
'Cause I didn't think I'd be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy.
Wait.
I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. Wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Thank goodness. Miss Tenario, is it? There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Francesca seems to have struck a nerve.
All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. Right, but there isn't much else to tell.
Miss Tenario claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. Is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing.
Oh wait, okay. Present Ifly. Oh. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't know how to answer you. As a professional flight attendant, I'm a failure.
She must be worn out from the long questioning session she just went through.
Okay, not that. So then this?
If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Tenario.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about the suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
The last one there.
Hold on.
So you're saying, Mr. Tenario, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, it's just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcases isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
2? But that's impossible. Yeah, her eye has been twitching throughout this entire case. So, you know, suspicious of you. Sure, there was only one. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. Left the shop. I'm positive there's only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? Oh, by the way, Miss Tenario. What is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said that there was only one left.
That one is, it's mine. Used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. I think not. Miss Tenario, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tenario says?
Price tag, baby! Fucking...
Tell me, Mr. Nario, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. Truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nario, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in-flight shop. Seeing as the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was... you. It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nario? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you want to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then the reason you went into the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something.
But the suitcase didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? Because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
They weren't selling a single one, they were just sitting there collecting dust. What's so bad seeing them there, day in, day out? I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight.
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m.
Truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. We're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Miss Tenario, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used
Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Right? Those were $1,200. Like, that's $1,200 every time you go to work. Get that money! I want some! Sir Edgeworth, you don't think the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
How could they? The suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. All I ever wished for them to be.
Miss Tenario, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because... Just enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
Can't believe it.
Yes, Francesca?
Going on these vile goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karman name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. The fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard.
Miles Edgeworth. You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Francesca got information out of Miss Meal.
In order to make the elevator go down the cargo hold, a different keycard is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenario, and only you. Uh-oh.
What? Is this true, Miss Tenario?
Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times.
Would you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. I don't believe it!
What's wrong?
The keycard, it's It's gone! Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait! It's not like that. Tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth? What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Francesca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However...
Hold it. Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise.
I think that's a good place to call it. We've been going for 2.5 hours. We'll probably hit the latter half of this case next time. So, you know, cargo hold next Monday. It'll be great. But thank you everyone for coming by. I appreciate it. The Ace Attorney streams are always quite a good time. So yeah, no, I'm taking tomorrow off because I've been taking Tuesdays off. So, you know, won't see you then. Wednesday. Wait, what do I do Wednesdays? Right, should be Death Stranding if it doesn't break. We'll hope it doesn't break. And then Thursday, I don't know. Joe and I had to put Bowser's Inside Story on hold until May. For some stuff that he has to do. So we'll see what happens then, shall we? But yeah, nope. Oh yeah, and then Saturday, of course, is the Mega Variety stream. 24 hours. For those of you who've never been to one. I'll be here all of Saturday. And part of Sunday. It'll be great. It'll be great. Okay, yeah. Let's find someone to raid here. There's no one I really follow that's live that I'd feel like raiding. Well, in that case, I'll just see you guys next time. Bye.